I'm Pauline.
Hey, I'm Priscillah.
I'm Pal.
And I'm Tamyun.
And this is the P3T podcast.
Woo! Am I the only one cheering?
I cheer, but I don't know why I forgot to cheer.
Anyway, I usually feel like I cheer.
We cheer. We should cheer.
We should be cheering.
We do. I don't know.
We don't share every episode. Sometimes it's just
It's kind of random. Alright, guys. Welcome back to another episode. The first episode of 2023.
At least one.
The first episode that we are recording in 2023.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. New year, new me. We all know the gist.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' goals for this year? Pal?
My goals for this year, actually, I haven't thought about it, but I wrote them down. My goals for this year are to I had 9 goals 10 in my book. Mm-hmm. So the one at the top is to develop my spiritual life more. Mm-hmm. So around by the end of the year I have longer praying sessions because my praying sessions tend to be rather short. And then also I want to know if anybody relates to me, please just send me a DM. But when I'm praying when I'm praying by myself, I'm fine, yeah. When I'm praying in a group, I listen to what I've said, and then when other people are praying, it's just getting on my stomach. So I have to work to concentrate, you know. So I want to work on that just to be able to listen to everybody else, because then my brain will wander. And then I'll be like, God, whatever she's prayed for, amen. No, I'm not to be wished bad on me. So that's something I really want to work on. Just to be more consistent with my Bible reading, and then to have better concentration across the board, because my concentration is 0. Alafu, my academics are not looking that bad, so to maintain that, because I remember in first year, I was talking to a bunch of third years, fourth years, and they were talking about the way, raising your GPA is so difficult, So when you enter, I had gone to volunteer for orientation, and I was at 1.1. Akibosh, I was so ambitious. So they're talking about the way, it's so hard to raise your GPA once it goes down. So make sure your GPA never falls. Make sure you're always just working at it. And for the last 2 semesters, I improved. For the last 2 semesters, I improved. At 1.1, it was rough, but 1.2, 1.3, 2.1, 1.2, 1.3. Let me say, I did well. I did better. My grades. My GPA went up dramatically. It went up by a couple of points, So I got my grades recently. Yeah. So I got my grades recently.
No, there's a way your intonation was just I'm talking about someone else.
Oh,
no. Continue.
So I got my grades recently. Our grades checked. Priscillah made the check last week.
14th of January.
14th of January. Alafu.
Priscillah indeed.
Yeah. So our results checked, and I had done well, but my grade point average went up by 0.70. No, 0.070. And I was like, what? So I realized that what they were saying was right. Because before I was like, my GPA is jumping, I'm doing well. Now I'm at the stage of, it's very hard to raise your GPA. So just, to maintain my grades so that I don't have to suffer in the end. And then, to take risks, but we'll talk about that in a later episode.
Priscilla?
My goals for this year. Okay. So, I have a couple of goals, just like Pal. I wrote them down in my book, in my diary. Well, that's soon to be, how old now? 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022, 27 years.
Your diary?
Yeah.
No.
Wow. You're going to talk for 6 years.
Yeah, my diary is the big fat book that has carried me since 2017.
Yeah.
Wow, I really appreciate that diary. Either way, so
Either way.
It's just what?
Let's continue.
Either way. I keep this on making me laugh. So A couple of things that I'm probably going to take as a challenge on my part is, firstly, I've been told I should write a book.
Oh wow.
So
That makes sense.
yeah,
Like 100%.
Go read her blog. Sorry.
Yes, sir.
thank you.
Plug blog yako say.
Zoe articles on WordPress. Yeah.
Yes.
Tamira nikumbushe niweke kwa episode.
Na shida.
Sawa. Basically, so actually before the end of last year, I was working on a short story that's going to be featured on one of my college mates' books.
Wow.
And it's pretty good. So I can't wait for the book to be published, and my first short story will be out, and I'm like, hey, yeah. And I got feedback from the author and also a couple of people who've read my piece that, hey, Priscilla, you should actually work on writing a book. But now I sat down, I'm like, yeah, I actually should, but then what should it be about? Because now I'm thinking of like, should it be an autobiography? Should it be a creative piece? And I'm not so strong on the creative writing bit. I'm more opinionated, like I share my opinions about things. So I'm still trying to see what I will do, but that's one thing I want to do this year. Also, I've taken it up as a challenge to make use of my YouVersion app. Because the app is kind of dormant. I have like 2 friends on the app. And it's very dormant.
You can have friends with
Yeah.
That's just how you know I don't use the app.
Exactly.
That's how you know.
I know. I actually, because I started this plan with somebody, and literally I realized that you can have a plan shared with your friends. I didn't know that.
Okay, you are true.
I don't even.
I didn't know that.
I want to lie to you. The only reason I have YouVersion is for the Bible.
Yeah.
Period.
Same.
Like if I don't have my Bible,
But I use it.
yeah,
So you just go to your version to read the Bible.
the Bible, yeah.
So even you, Priscilla, you don't like make, but Priscilla, you like using your physical Bible.
Yeah.
Me, I love your version. So I use it for everything. It's just that I don't write notes on it.
Now,
Even me, I use a lot of my physical Bible.
my physical Bible.
That makes sense.
Physical is elite.
Yeah.
I love digital.
I like
Digital is nice.
I like sticky notes on my Bible. So that's why I.
Oh, you're one of those girls, eh?
Yeah,
Pinterest.
yeah,
I see you.
I see
I tried that sticky note thing. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Like you open your Bible and you feel like, hey, I've been learning. The Lord has been teaching me.
Yeah, making progress.
Yeah.
You know what Bible I want? Those journal Bibles.
Same.
Those things are so cute. It's like, I don't even know. But expensive, probably.
Yeah, like 3,000.
Yeah, Bibles are generally very expensive.
Can we just ask Bible makers? Because we know you're listening in faith. By faith, we believe. Why are your Bibles so expensive? The free word of God.
The gospel.
Printing is expensive. Yeah.
Especially because of the type of paper they use.
Even the a lot of Bibles come in hardcover.
Yeah.
That's what kills us.
And the thing is, you're supposed to buy a Bible, it lasts forever.
So it's like one time I need for real I need a Bible. And then one time I was walking in the streets and I saw a guy selling really good looking Bible. So I asked, how much is that? You need 2K. Hey. No, but that's probably on the lower side though. Because
No, but let me say to all the Bible makers, if I can buy, like, I don't know, other expensive things for 2K, I should be able to prioritize
the Bible.
But if you know me personally, if you want to buy me a birthday gift, buy me a Bible.
A cute one.
I just want a cute Bible.
Yes, I want a journal Bible. Oh my God, have you guys seen the ones? Yeah, I look at Bibles in my free time. Judge me, it's fine. Have you seen the ones? It's like a box. This one is probably cost a hand and leg. But it's a box and each book of the Bible is its own individual book.
Yeah.
They look so cute.
They do.
I want on the shelf and they're all like a gradient color. Jesus, if I was rich, I'd have like 5. They're so cute.
That's so nice.
Serious, like every book
has like a mini book.
Yeah.
Wow.
Nikiona hiyo TikTok na watumia.
Yeah. Okay. That's nice. So basically, I want to use my YouVersion app more and do more devotionals. Actually, I've finished my plan, my 6-day plan. It's called Courageous Peace. It's really amazing, actually. And it has helped me because this week I was really anxious on starting. Okay, it's not like my SEM started last week, but now it started this week. Yeah,
Makes sense.
So
First week nakwanga jokes.
yeah, it's like okay, hi.
Sometimes I don't even bother.
Same girl, same.
My anxiety makes me go. After come all I'll do in the first class is, hi, my name is Pam. I'm a second year student of science psychology. That's it. That's one time, my 3-hour class lasted for 20 minutes, and we went last week. Sorry.
It's okay. So basically, I want to use my YouVersion app more, do more devotionals, and get more friends too on YouVersion. Also, what do I want to? My goals this year, be more in clubs and sports. This year, definitely not this semester. I mean, more clubs, yes, but not in a sport as of yet. I think I'll take a sport probably next semester, but I want to have at least that, like, in my year of study, I want to be in a certain sport till I finish. So that's one thing I really, really, really want to take seriously at some point this year, which I see is next sem. Yeah, so I guess those are a few of my goals so far. Yeah.
Sorry. I'm just remembering even we wanted to join clubs and sports. I want to just get into my last semester. I got into 5 million activities, and then in church I had it was the first time we were really plunging into activities. But for me, half of the things that we did, I did them almost alone. Or if not alone, with somebody, with just one other person, but still the end responsibility relied on me. So I felt it was so overwhelming. So I wasn't able to get into any clubs. I was just okay, ni kanisa nitafanya kazi, ama nizi 5 million clubs nitafanya kazi. So I put everything to debate, peer counseling, and then this stuff for the career office that me and Priscillah are doing. So we just put it to the wayside, and I put it to the wayside, and I was nope, none of this matters. All that matters is church. So I did everything there. But now the teenagers are going back to school. Hallelujah.
A teenager must be listening. Paul does not reflect the views of people.
No, it's just that I work with teenagers. So when they're around, I'm busy. So they're going back. And then the time when they're coming, now when I'm in school, they're going to be in school. And then when they come back on holiday, I'll be on holiday. So at least I'll be able to do all my school things without stress, and then do all my church things without stress. Sorry.
Hey, kama mumesikiliza, I hope you listened to the blooper episode, by the way.
You better.
We worked very hard to make that episode work.
3 of them worked very hard.
Paul and Kenneth.
The twins not included.
Yeah, very much not so included.
Included.
Okay, yeah. No, but but sure. Whatever. It's debatable, but it's whatever. Hey, I remember I said by the time we're doing a new episode, I'd have actually sat down to make my goals. That was a lie. I've not done anything of the sort. Honestly, I just don't have the time at the moment. That whole goal setting thing will have to be moved to February. But yeah, but goals I know for sure I want to achieve by the end of the year. I know to finish the Bible, from Genesis to Revelation by the end of the year. I want to obviously grow my spiritual life, Pearl, have longer prayer sessions. And then I want to get to a point where prayer is exciting, right now it low-key feels something that you have to do, but now I want to do it. You get what I'm saying? So Ooh, this is an interesting one. God help me with this one. But I want to cut out secular music.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can help you.
You don't listen to secular music?
At all. Barely. But actually, now is when like I listen to it for research purposes. Because of like harmonies, arrangements, but it's only like specific people that I know won't cast in their songs. So and then I would listen to them on my Spotify, maybe YouTube. Yeah, so I won't even listen to like if it's like Miley Cyrus has released what's this new song of hers?
Oh,
I know it. I've seen it.
Yeah, so I won't like listen to Flowers because like let me use another song like Happier Than Ever by Billie Eilish. I won't listen to the original song because it has like casting in it. So I'll go listen to a clean cover, which like even maybe has better whatever arrangements. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. I will listen to songs for only research purposes and never on my Spotify.
She listen to it in her leisure.
Yeah, but if I listen to secular songs, like I listen to like who's this guy? Ben Rector. I listen to some of his songs because they're like good vibe.
Ben who?
Rector.
Ben Rector.
Rector. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like his songs sound like Disney songs to me. So I'm just like, but yeah, never. But I'm not saying I never listen. But at least on my Spotify, 98% of the songs that I listen to are Christian.
But like, thank God for Spotify, because through Spotify is I think for me the only reason I've taken time to shift is because I didn't particularly know alternatives to the kind of genres I enjoy.
True!
Yeah.
You think gospel and the only thing you think about is Hillsong. Those 15-minute songs.
Like, I mean, they're nice, but I don't know. Sometimes I just want to listen to rap, and the only rappers I know are not Christian. Kendrick Lamar. You know, so thank God for Spotify, because by knowing one, you know, the algorithm brings up another and another. So, like that way, I've been able to kind of look for things and find things that I like.
Even playlists.
Yeah, and playlists. Wow, there's nothing as more beautiful as Spotify playlists. But yeah. So yeah, there's that. And then
can I interject about Spotify? I'm so sorry. I find you people who are now like transitioning to Christian music now to be so lucky because of Spotify. Maybe in 2016, you know how I found Christian music? I would go listen to Family Radio on Sunday.
Family Radio had good songs.
Yeah,
Family Radio had good
but
songs.
it was just a specific time, like on Sunday from 11 to 12 or 11 to, I've forgotten even what time it was, but that's when they would bring like new songs, and the new songs would play over and over for like 2 months, but it was fine. I would find new songs, and then from there I would search those people on YouTube, and then from there I would work hard to keep my YouTube algorithm clean, because if I so dare go and venture and listen to one particular artist, now like suddenly David Levatus Jihu is on my whatever is on my suggestion. So I was so careful, and then how you find new artists is if this person collaborates with this person, and then this person will collaborate with other people like that. Excuse me, I just go to Spotify and I find new music today. Yeah, so the days I'm jealous of these Spotify people. And I made it the hard way, but it's good that Spotify is there, because now I'm not doing it the hard way.
So yeah. I think another one would be growing my leadership skills. That to be addressed in another episode. Yeah. I think finally is knowing how to structure myself, because I'm just about to get into a very busy time of my life where I have school as well. I have the sports and clubs I'm involved in school, and like you all, I'm very dedicated.
We are starting to be dedicated.
Yeah.
That's so.
I'm an inspiration. Nice. So yeah, hopefully continuing on that note, continuing to, solidify my presence in those clubs and sports. Yeah. There was one last thing I wanted to say. Oh, okay. Last year, last year but one, my family and I joined a new church, and ministry is the one thing I was scared of, like, actually getting myself into, because I was like, okay, now what ministry, and then how, where, what time do I have? But I'm praying that God kind of gives me some sort of direction in terms of what ministry He wants me to join. I already have a ministry in mind. Me, anytime when like it comes to ministry in church, I always just think media. Yeah, So yeah, I am in the media team, but just by the virtue of the fact that I'm in the media team group on WhatsApp. Like, I've never really been active, so I pray that, that God just reveals some time, especially on Saturdays. Saturdays can be tricky. But I pray that He just find, and I'm at a Sunday, because a lot of times I meet like early on Sunday to like set up. Mungu anipe your grace, niamke mapema, niende kanisani, nisaidiane. But to actually get into ministry, like for realsies. Yeah.
Mungu akupe neema. Sunday ministry is not for the faint-hearted. And I'm like, what? Us are getting into Sunday ministry. Yeah, but not getting into Sunday ministry. But yeah, for the glory of God.
Amen. The ministry of Father Lewam. Sunday ministry 6 on a Sunday.
We go church. Yeah, I remember I led worship. I was like, I didn't lead worship. I was in the worship team once because Teens Church was leading and they needed people to sing. And I was in church so early. I was like, I can't do this. This is not for me. This is not for me at all. Anyway, amen, for the glory of God. Guys, can I be honest? I don't have goals this year.
That's fine.
It's okay. No, I do. But here's the thing, me, I've always been one of those people that's super excited for the new year. It's just like, new year, new me. But these days I'm just like, new year, same me. Same old. It's me as I was a few weeks ago. So, I have general things that I want to achieve in my life. But I'm not really saying they're this year's resolutions. Just so that I don't absolutely get angry at myself in December when I haven't achieved them. But what they are, the first one I think is to, like Tamiron said, to pray because I want to, not because I feel like I have to. Because like now, our church, my mom's church, where they're doing like a prayer series, the January 21 day fasting. Theirs is like the theme is about prayer, and it's like I'm learning that I don't really have a good prayer life, and I want to change that. So that's like my major goal, and just to love God, man. Like to stop like over analyzing this relationship, like just,
oh my goodness,
I just want to relax in His arms. That's all I want. So those are kind of like my faith goals for this year. Other goals, it's not a goal for this year, it's a goal for second semester, because first semester I've joked. I have joked, and now I am reaping the fruits of my joking. I'm forever stressed because of these exams. So like second semester, I need to be a better student. I need to be a much better student. That's like my number one goal. You guys, nikipita first sem, munipigie coffee, please. Yeah, that's like my number one academic goal.
Honestly, same. I wasn't the best student.
This
in my previous semester.
I've been such a bad student, man.
Akinanta faili, and I know you. It breaks my soul.
I won't fail. Imagine, trust me. Even me, I thought I would fail. So I've been looking at my portal the whole week wondering, is this fake? Have they made a mistake?
At least somebody else's result.
There's a unit I know I fumbled. Ata kama nataka kupita najua nitafeli. And it's a unit I love. That's what even hurts more.
Utapita tu alafu utangalia ukuta kama they know what they are doing.
I'm usually at the point of my semester where it's like, it's either I get everything in my exam or I fail. That's the point I'm in, because I know those cuts. I know those cuts. Absolute rubbish. Yeah. Yeah.
So-
Nimefanya absolute rubbish. But anyway, tumeachia Mungu. What else? Oh, I want to learn how to skip. That's it.
Like you don't have to,
No, I do know how to skip.
I love it.
Like I know the basis, the way we used to skip in like primary. But like I want to learn how to do tricks using a rope. Have you seen like the people who do like releasing the rope, turning, spinning in the air, skipping on beat? Like I want to learn how to do those things.
I have a few tricks I could teach you. They're very elementary level, but
All right.
they're cool tricks.
All right. Tutaonana kando.
That's it.
Do I really have another goal? Not really. Just to be alive, to make it to the end. It was the major one. But yeah, that's kind of like my main goals for the year.
Oh, a pro tip for all of you who want to like do a bit better in school. I'm doing 9 units here and I'm crying because I'm not one of our students. Yeah. Oh, I'm a foreign language. I'm just to cry. Anyway, a pro tip that I've learned is focus all your energy on your cuts. Like for real, do your cuts with all your soul, all your might, all your mind, and then write. You see the notes you write for your cuts. Like okay, that's how I study. I don't know how you'll study.
Use them for example.
The notes that you write for your cuts, keep them on the side, stack them. Then do first, because as you have our first cut, our second cut in our exams. So for my first cut, I'll do all the notes, stack them, put them aside. When I get to my second cut, I review what I wrote the first one because I'm not writing again. I write again for the second, put to the side. Exam time, I'm reviewing like 3 weeks worth of content and reminding myself what I did for my first cut and my second cut. So even as I'm going to the exam, I could concentrate to read these 3 weeks. Although God knows how, but I could concentrate to read these 3 weeks. Then I'm good. So focus your mind. Just take the cut week, a week before your cuts. Soma, if you soma well for cut 1, cut 2, you kusoma exams ni siku moja bas.
Now the thing about this world-class university that I'm in,
Niko world class sijali.
acha hizo.
I can't remember world class in relationship.
First of super gonora.
But for us, our cuts are literally the week before exams. Like I've done most of my cuts this week. I'm starting my exams next week. So your easy work for me. But anyway, it's just because I have a method that works. It's just because this semester nimekuwa vibes na inshallah. That's the problem. But all is well, guys. Yeah, it's not too bad. So the next thing I wanted us to talk about is how do you guys think you're going to achieve these goals?
Wow.
Yes, Pal.
Yes.
So, done for growing my relationship with God. I guess just having, not I guess, I know, just sparing more time for God. Yeah, it's just sparing more time for God. So instead of like sparing 15 minutes, spending like an hour more, just in His presence. Even though I'm not doing anything, just to be present and to be there. Yeah, but even then, like I think for everything it's just intentionality. If I want to join a club or a sport, and not a sport, if I want to join a club and be intentional about, and if I want to join a club and be like and thrive in it, I need to be intentional. So like on that page for clubs and sports, I have a friend. So there's this club that I'm trying to get into, and like I don't know, I'm very shy because the people are really not like me. They're more like liberal, and I'm not like over conservative, but I think in my school I would be considered conservative. So yeah, so they're very liberal, very outspoken, people, they don't take, okay, they might take other opinions, but from my third perspective of barely knowing them, like they're a bit intimidating to me. And then I also you need a partner in this club, so I don't have partner. So luckily one of my friends last semester, she was like, oh, you're in this club, I want to join. And I was like, oh, fantastic, because I need a partner. And they meet like every day, but they meet every day.
Jesus.
But you have the option of now you choose which days you're going. Yeah. So Yeah. So I joined. So I decided to really join, and I took my first meeting. So that was the step that I took.
Yay!
Yeah, and like I actually did something. There are other meetings that I've gone for before. Like we've not done much, but the time like we were with the leader and some person who's really good at whatever they do in that club. And like we were properly trained, we were properly shown like what to do, how to do it, everything. And we went on Thursday, and Thursday is what to work club. So I decided Thursday, lazima niendage Thursday because not so many people will go, and then I don't have to have like anxiety of people watching me, judging me, giving very super opinionated opinions. I'm not arguing with anyone. Yeah, because I'm not natural. Okay, I'm naturally an arguer, but not about like things I don't care about,
Oh, okay, I get you.
So everything in my goals is just intentionality. If I'm intentional about everything, then I'll intentionally make time, I'll intentionally put effort, and I'll intentionally plan for them. Yeah.
For me, I guess just to re-echo with what Paul said, intentionality is very key. In the case of reading my Bible or being part of more active on my version app, for me, I plan to become more active by, again, intentionality. And number two, it's easier with having a reliable accountability partner. So having someone that you're doing it with is very helpful because it keeps you both like, oh, have you read? And then you can talk about it at the end of the day, what you learned from it, like especially like with the devotionals and all. Another thing I think would be very helpful in also my clubs and sports is also being more interactive, which is also off my comfort zone, but that we shall
Talk
discuss
about
later. Being more open to, the way, okay, again, because we're in the same school as Pal, I can heavily attest that they're very liberal people. Very liberal people in our school.
Extremely liberal.
Extremely.
Hey,
and
liberal.
Also having those kind of views that like I share in my faith and also in just my system of belief, it can be looked on like the other side of conservative, like you're very conservative and all, and sometimes people do not like that.
And I'm not zigging.
Yeah. And the thing is, I think it's even testing me more because, okay, this sem, I'm in a human sexuality class. My friend, this class is really testing me. It's really
pushing.
It's really pushing. But either way, in terms of being liberal and hearing people's perspective, I can find it as, again, Paul said, intimidating too.
Yeah.
So you kind of cave in from being out there or putting yourself out there. So I go for like things that are very subtle, volunteer. I do my thing, I deep. Like I don't want to network with people. I don't talk to people. Like I have like a small, close-knit circle that mostly is from my high school, like my high school friends, including Pal. And
Pal's high school primary friends.
Yeah. Just like 4 people and I'm good. But I want to expand my circle a little bit, not too much really, but to also be able to interact with other people and hear of other opportunities I can engage in that will better my portfolio. About writing a book, that is still under progress because as of yet I'm working as an editor.
Wow, that's cool.
That's so cool.
Thank you. For now the short story book, now I'm editing other short stories in that book. So it's giving me like an overview of what I'm expecting because I'm seeing now how different people are writing their stories, how they're articulating their stories. And yeah, it's interesting seeing different styles of writing. So it's giving me like some broadened perspective and knowledge on what I should look into further and what I should avoid while writing a book. So I think I want to first develop the format of writing, the style of writing, what I will write about before I actually sit down and write a book, not just have a purposeless book. Like, oh, let me write a book. I get a laptop and just write whatever. No.
I don't get how people do things so purposeless.
Yeah, I have to see the end, how it's going to be in the end before I start working on it in the beginning. Yeah. So I think that's how I'm going about it. I want to have started by March. So that is like my deadline for starting. So I'm giving myself this month or the remaining bit of this month and February to work on brainstorming and finding my purpose for that book. And then I sit down and write it. Yeah.
Can I talk about a goal of mine before time goes?
Go ahead.
Yum.
Oh, acha nikule cream.
One of the goals that I have is for like P3T to become our jobs by the time we graduate. And I think I'll graduate next year, maybe 2025. But I'll definitely finish school sometime.
Jesus Christ, we are about to finish high school. I mean, campus. I'm not ready. Anyway, go ahead.
So, even though I don't graduate next year, I'll finish most of my coursework by the end of next year. So, Nataka, by the end of this year, like, we have job, like, P3T would have gotten, like, brand endorsements, deals, like, we become an actual household name after 2 years of running. That's a goal. Yeah. Sorry, tell me on.
I feel like Pearl really encourages me when it comes to thinking about goals for P3T. Because for me niko hapo tu, I'm just vibes.
And inshallah.
Yeah, just do the best you can with what you have and hope for the best. So every time I hear Pearl talking about, I'd like for us to actually become a household name, I'd like for us to do this and do that, it really encourages me to think beyond the now, because I mean, it is very possible, and we need to pray about that. I need to take that prayer more seriously.
Coca-Cola.
I think personally, how I've started working on those goals, the one for reading the whole Bible by the end of the year.
No way.
Ni join. How I've started working on that is, as much as I can, I try and read a chapter or two. I won't say every day, but it's been tough. It's been a tough January.
Most days
I've been trying to read, a chapter or two. I think that's a big step for me. Let me tell you why. Because when I get into such busy times of my year, such things I usually tend to push to the next month. So, like right now, I'm occupied every day from Monday to Friday from 8 to 5. I live in the Bundus, so I have to wake up,
Welcome to the club.
I have to wake up at the hours of Mashitani, and then before 8, all I want to do is sleep. I just want to sleep.
Oh yeah.
But
in a coffee mug.
Coffee does nothing for me.
Same.
So, like, I just want to sleep. But then, there are times I've literally just forced myself to, like, read those chapters at that time. And then in the evening, narudi nyumbani, nimepata vyombo zimepile up, lazima nizioshe, juu nani ataziosha. And then, I don't know, for some reason, I'm never able to sleep at any time before 11.
Same.
So I always sleep like past 11, and then I wake up in the wee hours of the morning. So it's been hectic, but I thank God that nimepata ka time hapa na pale too. As much as I'm struggling and I'm dozing off, at least kuna verse kamoja kalinishika, and it will be what I'm holding on to and meditating on for the rest of the day. So done on prayer. I had I had this tip from someone, and honestly it just changed
Your life.
Not
Okay.
kind. Yeah, sure. My life. So I listened to Jackie Hill Perry. Do you know her? Yeah, she's so cool. Oh my gosh, she's so cool.
Jackie Hill Perry. But
Jackie Hill.
I don't know her. I just know her from Instagram reels. I just watch her reels.
Her reels.
Yeah.
So she's a rapper. That's why I think that's how I fell in love with her. She she's a pastor, and she also has a podcast with her husband. So actually, I knew them through their podcast.
I think their podcast is what they post as reels. They post
What
conversation.
they call that's probably what yeah. So I think for her, she prays in the shower. I was like, that actually makes so much sense. It hits. So I tried it, and I was like, my goodness, I have to shower every day. So I have to pray every day. So it means I'm having time to pray. And it doesn't feel like it's eating into my day because it's something I have to do. So anyway, it just made sense to me, and I tried it and it actually worked. So that's also one thing I'm also trying to implement. Yeah.
It's like association and correlation.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Psychology.
Oh, sorry.
Hiyo degree msikose kupata.
Hawana
option.
Yeah.
Lakini mimi melodi kidogo.
But I think those are the two goals I can talk about now. The rest, tutaona. I'll update you as the year continues.
Tusifike 6 months in, then tunaangalia hii episode.
We should review the content of this episode at the end
of the year. Yeah.
That can be our part of the wrapped episode.
Yeah.
What was the question? How am I working on my goals? I think for my spiritual ones, like just building that relationship with God, or I like to call it falling in love with God.
Falling in love with Jesus.
I know that song.
You know it? Okay.
This is the he started so loud.
Then because you just said it to me like, what is that?
Commit to the beat.
Yeah, so for that, honestly, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Just continuously spending time with him, I think, is the goal. And I started doing this thing. I think it's similar to what Tamiron is talking about, like praying in the shower. Okay, but not really. It's just like anytime I need to rant about something, like, you know, when you're having conversations in your head. Now I don't have conversations in my head. I tell God. So like that's how I've started quote unquote spending more time with him. Yeah, that's like the main one. And then for what was the other one? Skipping. I don't know. I have a skipping rope now. So let me tell you. There's this chick on my For You page. I do not know her name. I don't know her name. But my God, she looks so cool when she's skipping. So I'm like, if I want to look like that, like she looks like she's walking on air. She looks so cool. Wow. So I'm just like, even me, I want to look like that. Yeah. So she's my main inspiration. She's the only reason I want to skip. I've skipped since I got the skipping rope. I've skipped once and I was dead. For like the rest of the week, I was so tired. Who knew you skipping was so exhausting?
You know how you can get over that tiredness?
You keep skipping
the next day. Yes.
Tamiron, did I ask for your advice? Did I?
Fitness good.
But yeah, that's kind of it. So yeah, we'll review this episode at the end of the year and we'll tell you guys how we've been doing. So my final question is, in the event, I'm not saying that you won't, but in the event that you don't achieve your goals, what is your plan?
Nitapiga rambi rafu na nitalia.
if you don't understand, follow us up on Instagram. Hata you don't need to go far. You see the description. Cricket. Read the description. They read the description. It will take you there. Yeah. May your resolution be to follow us on Instagram.
Amen.
Yeah. But on a serious note, for real, I really hope to achieve my goals because, gosh, academically, miraculously, not off a cliff. And then, spiritually, last year I managed to be kind of consistent, not like always on the go, but more consistent than usual. And for these clubs, I would really like to get into them, especially now that I wrote my friend. Imagine I've wrote my friend in Twitter, I quit, and I'm the reason she's there. So if I don't achieve them, it's a yeah, but I hope to achieve them. I don't have an answer of I'll try better next. No.
Priscillah.
For me, I also hope to achieve them, but in the case that I don't, I think I'll try and concentrate on the things that I actually achieved that year. Because in real sense, people, there's something Mike Todd said in one of his sermons about in relationship goals, you rip up your list. I have
his most famous sermons.
I have this whole list that I've planned for myself this year in 2023. But if God decides there's another path he wants me to take, then let him take me there, because honestly, I trust him. And I don't know what he has in store, because even last year, if you were to have asked me in January what my life would have had in store, in the coming months, in August, September, October, I didn't see all that happened last year happening in real sense. And it happened. And I think that's the beauty of trusting God, because you might have your own plan, and then next thing you're somewhere else. Maybe you find yourself, in another place, in another time, you didn't expect. Maybe that would be 5 years to come. 5 years to come, and God has fast forwarded it to now. So I guess it's a matter of trust him and rely on what his word says, because his word says, I have good plans for you, and knowing that he has good plans for you. He's your father, he's your heavenly father, to make it even better. And he's the author and finisher of our life. He knows what's best for us. He's the manufacturer of our souls. So he knows what you need and what you want and what's best for you. So I guess I would try and look at it, I didn't accomplish this. Yes, if it's in accordance to my own accord that I could have put in the effort, I think that would be a learning growth moment or growth opportunity. But if it's something that was unavoidable, I guess I'll move on.
I think for me, the one thing I learned from last year was the first time I actually did some form of goal setting, where I actually wrote down the things I wanted to achieve that year. I achieved 2 things on that list. Woo! But out of 10. But there's a silver lining.
What is that?
Silver lining. So as much as I achieved 2 things, my year was it felt like one of the most successful years I've had in ever, because I achieved so much and so many things that in my wildest dreams I didn't think I'd do, I did. So I think now I'm even thinking that goal setting is very limiting, but no, you need to have some sort of direction, I guess.
But it doesn't have to be the only direction.
So I think for me, if I don't achieve my spiritual goals, then I'll die, literally just dying. But everything else, hakuna pressure. I think now I'm just learning to let God, do his thing and lead the way or whatever. Because he knows what's best, and he's not let me down. So
I think that's same with me. Apart from that one for building my relationship with God and just loving him more. Everything else, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, we try again next year. Or we don't.
We drop it all together.
We drop it not the end of the life of my life. Yes.
I think the only thing I'd like to add is
Care.
We need to do also introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Karen. Sometimes you hear my voice, sometimes you won't. It's a lower version of Pearl's voice. Anyway, so the one thing that nimeona, especially from last year, my one prayer this year is like, God, if it's not in your will, don't even let me decide. Honestly, last year nilikuwa nataka kutravel. Then Mungu akasema, if you travel, you will not be here to do my work. Unajua mlango ilifungwa tu kijokes. So I think that's like my goal. My spiritual goal is like, not my goal, my prayer has been, God, if it's not in your, if what I'm planning or what I want to do in 2023 isn't in your will, toa erase kuja hata wacha nifunge hiyo kitabu niseme aisi nilikuwa nimeandika na haiko wacha ilisabia.
One thing that I find very helpful in goal setting is just writing your goals down. So, okay, how I've not just writing at the 2023 vision board or whatever, 1, 2, 3, 4. No, how I find it best is, dear God, this is what I want, or this is what I think I want and need this year. Then you write it straight. It's like a written prayer, rather. And having it there to constantly look at it, like every morning, looking at it to remind yourself of what your purpose for or what your goal is for that year. And I found that very helpful because I was just from showing Pearl a few minutes ago how I had written something on my notes. Dear God, I want to go to now the school that I'm in come next year. Like I had written a whole vision for myself next year, and that was in 2021. So in 2022 it kind of manifested, and that was a really big part of what I was looking forward to in 2022, and God really came through. So I think I'll keep up with writing what I want and desire down. Even though it was not at the exact timing that I wanted, it still happened, which I found very remarkable. So, yeah.
Can I just say, you said not writing 1, 2, 3, 4, but I write like number 1, number 2, but
In capital letters, 2023 goals. Number 1. I even put those checkbox things. Number 1, checkbox. Read my Bible. Number 2,
I think it's just because like maybe we are more strategic than Priscilla. It's okay, I am strategic and then I'm also like competitive. So I don't even call mine like goals. Like since form one, second term, I call them game plans. So it's my game plan for that quarter of the year. So I do like quarterly game plans. So for me, it's like this is the game plan, and then for however long I have a big. Like I have an overarching goal for 2023 and 4-ish. Yeah, 2023 and 2024. And maybe I could spill it to 25, but we'll see. So it's an overarching goal. So everything I do is working towards that goal. I'm not certain of it happening or not. But having such a big dream that you can't even imagine, I feel like it's good. If your dreams are not scaring you, then you're not
dreaming big enough.
Yeah,
exactly.
Anyway, so I write like the overarching goal, which now will spill over into the rest of the year. But then like I have game plans, like quarterly game plans, like number 1, and then there's usually like 9 or 10. Yeah.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I like pictures.
so you do like
The vision board thing.
Yeah, I do like Pinterest vibes.
Oh, wow, good girl.
What would happen to you if you didn't?
Oh,
Without.
what would happen? No, I did answer. I said,
she did.
It doesn't. And the only one that's like big for me is the one for my relationship with God. That's the only one that if it doesn't happen,
I think I'll just
Kichimba shimo. Yeah. Okay. So thank you so much for spending this time with us and listening to our episode. I hope it helped. I don't know what it helped with, but I hope it helped. Follow us on Instagram at P3T Podcast. Yes.
Yeah.
At P3T Podcast. Send us an email at p3tpodcastke@gmail.com.
For Pauline, that's such a milestone. You know, when I was editing the bloopers, you are the one person. Outro, hujui. This is a milestone.
Goals, New Year.
Yeah, same old me. But yeah, send us an email at p3tpodcastke@gmail.com. Coca-Cola, I hope you've had Pearls cry. Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Bye.